can overcome this. And then all of a sudden, those companies that were running around bragging about diversity, equity, and inclusion, then they decided, oh, well, in the next term, they decided, hey, guess what? We don't have to worry about that anymore. Because we really didn't want to worry about it in the first place. But we always had to. We really don't have to worry about it anymore. So let's just dump all those programs. All those people that had those jobs as diversity, equity, and inclusion officers all of a sudden were booted out. But I will tell you, it broke my heart when I saw UCLA take the policy stance that they did and say that they would no longer make the contribution. I remember when the Alumni Association was grappling with whether or not you would be able to even stay at UCLA or whether you were going to have to leave. But I'm so proud of the fact that you said, no, you're not leaving. And as a matter of fact, you're going to use this time period to grow, to solidify your leadership. You're going to use this time period to say it is all of our responsibilities. I think of one of your most famous alumni in the community, and I know he's here today, Manla. Manla, I don't know how many black leaders, and not just black leaders, brown leaders, white leaders, Asian leaders, I don't know how many of them that you're responsible for, but it's a lot. It's a lot. I remember at Community Coalition, all of the staff that you brought our way. I remember working with you on so many campaigns. And when I think of Mamla, and I know that he's representative of so many of you here, but when I think of him, I just think about how significant this organization is and how not only do you lead and mentor people in your fields, but you encourage people to enter into fields that they might not have ever thought of. You encourage people to be involved, and you encourage people to be about more than themselves and establishing and creating wealth for themselves, but their responsibility to everyone. And I think that one of the things that is so important for us now is to make sure that young people understand history, and I worry about that because I worry that our young folks are not necessarily clued into how important history is. And you go through periods like this and you think this has never happened before. Actually, this is cyclic. This does happen. We go through these time periods. We fought for decades to change the laws that are now being eradicated one by one. But we have learned how to survive. And whether the laws are in place or not, whether we are not in favor or not, we know how to do this. Maybe we can't wave a flag of diversity, equity, and inclusion, but we know how to continue that fight. We can't say that we're going to retreat from the mission. We can't ever say that because our ancestors never said that. And they survived enslavement, they survived U.S. apartheid, they survived lynching. How dare us think that we have to hide in this time period? We do not have to hide. We can't ever accept that. We have to be unabashedly, unapologetically black. And we have to fight for that. And we have to say we will never allow us to deny our roots. Never allow that. But we know how to do it, and we know how to do it in ways that allows us to continue the mission. Maybe we change the words, but we never stop moving forward. I remember learning about, as a member of Congress, one of the last members of Congress from the South after Reconstruction. They let us vote for one. They let a number of us get elected. They let us even go to Congress. Do you know the first members of Congress couldn't sit and eat with the other members of Congress? They had to eat in the basement along with the cooks and the help. And so they did everything they could. Once we started getting elected, they refused to seat us. We had to go to court. We had to fight. They threatened us. They killed us if we won an election from taking our seats. And so George White, in 1901, he was the last African-American member in Congress, the last one there. And they had just finished passing additional laws so that not only did he have to leave, but that no one would follow him. He was was from North Carolina. And so he gave this speech on the floor of Congress. And he said that I might be the last member, but, and by the way, he was the last member of Congress from the South for 28 years. And in 1973, black members were elected again, and then they were kicked out. And it was 20 years later, so it wasn't until 1993 that black members were actually elected. 1993 were actually elected to Congress from the South. But he said he was a phoenix, and a phoenix like him will rise up someday and come again. So when I think of the UCLA Alumni Association, the UCLA Alumni Association is the leadership body for such a time as this, and will be the phoenix to make sure that we rise and we rise again. Thank you.
Give it up for your mayor, ladies and gentlemen. When the mayor walked up, he said, "What am I?"